Right, students, good evening. Online students, am I audible to you? So now I'm going to start discussing about the new topic. I told already in the session, files. Files or streams. Files or streams in Python. Files or streams in Python. What are we discussing there? What are we discussing as a part of it? Come in. There we are talking about index. See that carefully, students, all of you. There I am explaining what will be the concept of files or streams in files. I'll start discussing. Carefully try to watch it. There I am asking about purpose of files. Why files concept is required? What are the use of files? Next I am talking about types of applications. Types of applications. There I will talk non-persistent applications, non-persistent applications, and next I am talking about persistent applications. And the next one is, B, persistent applications. Next I am talking about definition of file. Definition of file. Next I am talking about definition of stream. Definition of streams we are talking about. Next we are talking about operations on files. Operations on files we are talking. And there I am talking about write operation. Write operation. And next I am talking about read operation. Write operation and read operation I am talking. Come in. And next I am talking about types of files. Types of files I am talking about. There I am talking about text files. And the B is called binary files. Text files and binary files. Next I am talking about file opening modes. File opening modes. There I am talking about first one, first step, R mode. Second one is W mode. And third one is A mode. Fourth one is R plus mode. R plus mode. Fifth one is W plus mode. Sixth one is A plus mode. Seventh one is X mode. Eighth one is X plus mode. These are the file opening modes. Right? You might not be heard about these are all these things. These are very recent things. Now I am talking about number of approaches to open the file. To open the file. There I am talking about first one by using open off function. Second one is by using with open off as approach, followed by programming examples. This is what? Level 1. Come in, mom. Level 1. This is called a level 1. First level. Next I am talking about pickling and unpickling operations. Unpickling operations. Pickling and unpickling concept. Pickle means not that pickle. Mango pickle, not that one. Right. So implementation of pickling and unpickling operations. Implementation of pickling and unpickling operations. It is also nothing but object serialization. Object serialization. One more is called object deserialization. So here I am writing object deserialization. Object Deserialization concept. Now I'm going, this is called one thing. Now pickle module. I am going to explain one module there, followed by programming example. This is a second level. Students. Okay. Now, another level, because if you don't speak, talking these many levels is waste. Only coming and sitting in the class and going without saying anything. Even if we say good morning also, you are unable to say good morning. I don't know, coming from directly bed or not, I don't know. Boys especially. Are you coming from bed? Then no, also unable to say like that. Very soon I will convert to online. This offline guys, I'll convert to online. Because you are not talking now. Why to come to in the class? Meditation is going on in the class or what? Huh? If you don't speak, very shortly, I'll do that. If you don't speak in the class. Now, next, working with CSV file. So don't sir, read out. Working with, if you don't speak, you are most laziest people in the world. If you don't speak, you are most laziest people. In my class, you have to speak. In other classes, faculty and student will not speak anything. They will go on explaining something and you'll go on seeing on the board, class is over, course is over. That's why roaming on the roads only. So it's up to you. Even we say good morning, good evening, you are unable to say because you are a bulldozer, 200 kgs weight. Next day, no good morning, no good evening. Out you are. So working with CSV files, especially offline, these are all offline students only I'm saying. It's my opinion about you. That's all. And I'm openly saying. And first time I'm seeing that. So working with CSV file. And there I am talking about, there I am going to talk about implementation of working with the CSV files and operations. Implementation of CSV module, or I will say CSV module, implementation of, because if I don't discuss, I never feel satisfaction for this. If I discuss in detail, you will not speak. I don't know whether you will get it or not. So my responsibility, I'll go on explaining. Implementation of CSV operations with a CSV module. Whoever speak, they will get it. Otherwise, I can't do anything else. CSV dot, there inside I will write it. CSV dot reader, B CSV dot writer, and C CSV dot dicta reader, D capital, R capital. So when D is coming, CSV dot dicta writer, followed by programming examples. This I am going to discuss. Because why I am discussing this in detail is because if you listen somebody's class, you will not satisfy at all, because I want to go that much deep. That's my total target. Beginning only I said. Whether you'll talk or not, that is immaterial. I never bother about it. Up to few days, I was looking at the last Saturday. Today, Monday, I have seen, not able to say good evening also. And that much lazy you people are, especially boys, offline boys. Right, completely out of order. Working with, that is my opinion. I don't know, maybe good or bad, somebody may be there. I don't know that. So this is programming example. So next, another level, this is the third level. Fourth level, working with OS based operations, OS module, implementation of OS based operations with OS module and programming examples. This is about last level. This is the one I am going to explain. Suppose if I go to my place, I am saying that here operation is there. Create a new folder. A folder will create or not? how to write a code for creating a folder, how to write a Python code in the class to create a folder. That is called OS level operation. Suppose, for example, this file is there. I right click on it. I'll click on delete. That will delete the file or not? That delete. How to delete it? I will tell you the code for deleting the file. I'll take this. I'll say rename. Rename is nothing but what? Giving another name. How to write the code for renaming? All those things I will tell you in this place. No faculty will cover it. Nobody will cover. This many topics I am covering. So if you don't speak now, very shortly, online. Boys online, offline, girls will come. Boys are not allowed. Not speaking. If you speak in this class, I will test it. If you speak, then only you are coming. Otherwise, only girls will be offline, boys online completely. I'll test today. How long you speak, I want to see today. Right. Now, when do you speak? I'll see that. How do you speak? These are all called different levels. I'll save it. So, come to the point. Online students, you don't have any problem because offline boys I am talking. This will take, she's asking how many days it will take. Files topic. So I will tell the time also. So files is a topic. Files is a topic. In that, I'll say index. In that index, I'll save this. Index of what? Files, streams. Right. So this I am going to explain. This will take 5 days. All these things will discuss 5 days. If you understand, you will understand, provided when you speak. If you don't speak now, you will understand what I don't know. So if we go to doctor, if you say, you will give medicine. Otherwise, if you don't say, you will say what? Nothing is possible. That like that. Okay. Online students, there is no problem with online students because I am having bulldozers here. Boys are bulldozers in my class. Offline boys I am talking. Even if I say good evening, also they are not saying good evening. That much lazy guys you are. Now I am going to continue. Shall I continue? Good evening. I'll see if you don't speak like that, tomorrow onwards I'll convert online. Okay, sir, once if I decide, final. If you don't speak, today I'll test it. If I feel happy, then you will come to that. Otherwise, you will be online. Now I'm going to start. Online students, don't fear, mom. I'm talking offline boys. Each boy is almost 300 kilos weight here. Because to bring to the class now, I'm using lift here. One student I'm bringing. So, come to the point. Shall I start? Okay. Now coming to the point. You see my patience. Morning 7 to 9, 11 to 1, 9 to 11, 11 to 1, 4 to 6, 6 to 8. I'm going on talking continuously with the same level of frequency. When I say good evening also, you are not replying. So, come to the point back. Now I will say files are what? Stream. What is the use of these files? Now I am going to give introduction. Documentation, whatever I am explaining, that is already I will show you that. In IT or in IT industry, the most important factor is data. The most important factor is data. The most important factor is data. That data is most useful to take decision. The data is most useful to take decisions. You take any World Bank, you take any state, you take any organization, you take a small family. The progress of the family or a state or a person or anybody, to study the progress of it, The most important thing is data. You take banking. At the end of the financial year, they will categorize some people who is having not transactions at all performing in the entire year. They are going to be comes under non-performing holders, NPS. Those are performing more than 15 lakhs and above the transaction, they put it under one category. They will have some list of categories will be there. That a classification of the customers in the bank are coming due to what? Data. You take information technology. Information technology appointments are coming up, for example. How that coming up? When the projects are coming, they are increasing the appointments. When the recession is coming, they are decreasing the appointments. So they are taking the decisions based on what? Data. So data is a vital role is playing in software industry or in a non-IT organizations to take an effective decisions. When you go to a shopping mall, they are doing the billing with items what you are buying, with the discount what you are getting, with the total amount what to pay. They are giving the complete billing details. And such information they are storing permanently for 7 days or 8 days according to the organization rules. In the 7 to 8 days, what is happening? Any interchange is there. They are writing within the 8 days or some days, you need to interchange or exchange. After 7 days, automatically it will be removed the transaction. So the main total important thing is when you go to a shopping mall, when you buy a dress, they will take your contact details. They will take your birthday also. Why they will take your birthday? Before 1 week or 10 days, they will send an SMS to you. Why? To increase their business, to make another transaction with them. So data to be stored permanently or temporarily? Permanently. Data to be stored permanently. Carefully listen, students. Data to be stored permanently. Such a type of permanent storage in the software industry can be obtained by two approaches. Two approaches are available in the software industry. What are those two approaches? Number one, by using files. Number two, by using database softwares. One is by using files. Second one by using database softwares. And you have already studied in C language files because you are a BTech CSC student. You studied files. How many of them are CSC here? Raise the hands. CSC, studied files. Huh? But you forget. Okay, very good. Girls, CSC. Who are CSC here? Remembered. Okay, stand. I will ask a question. What is the definition of file? Sit down. 33% reservation for girls. Boys means I'll make them to stand up. Girls, always I'm having in soft corner. Even if you do 10 mistakes also, I won't say. One time mistake, I'll tell them more careful. Boy, one time mistake, directly gun. Shooting, no reservation. Say, what is the definition of file? Don't know. Little bit, tell me what is that little you tell me. Little also no problem. So, not coming. So, like that, we studied over. Now, C language files are there. No problem, students. I will teach you so perfectly, but you talk in the class. If you don't talk, danger. C++. You take it as Java. You take it as any language. C#.NET. You take C#.NET. Next is called what? Python you take it. In all the languages, files are there. And nobody will teach files properly in any of these subjects. Because they themselves don't know what is the importance of files. In Python, I'll teach so perfectly for you. You have seen my index. That index is a simple proof for you how tremendously I'm going to explain. Every topic you take it, we're entering in detail of it. So, coming to what next? Whatever you have done in this area, I least bother about it. Whether you are jumping or playing or here, I don't bother about it. When you are in my class, I want to make you good when you speak. Otherwise, I don't bother about it. I'm talking about what now? Python. Database softwares, my dear students. The two RDBMS database softwares. What is RDBMS? Don't tell full form. Don't tell full form. What is the RDBMS? What is the definition of RDBMS? You don't know. Who knows Oracle here? Who knows Oracle? I know some of you learned already Oracle here. Girls. Oracle. Nobody knows Oracle. Boys. Only Python you are learning. Only Python. Not learning any other course. I know you are learning, but you are not saying he's a danger guy. Definitely you stand up. You will put one direct question. It will hit our heart. Heart will say, why you are unnecessarily saying you know this? Heart will say, right, no problem, students. I will tell you, and I'm requesting to all of you, please install, make your laptops ready, Oracle, because I'm not telling in the class Oracle installation process. I'm not telling in the class Oracle installation process because I'm not a Oracle faculty. You install MySQL, make your laptops ready with this type of softwares, because after these files are over, I'm entering into what? Python communication with Oracle. Wonderful topic. Python communication with MySQL. You can develop any project for DMart. You can develop any project for your library of the college. You can develop the project for one pharmacy, medical store. You can develop any project for any organization. You can develop your household expenses project using Python. That level you will go. One more time I am telling, sir, please tell me installation of Oracle I am not getting. I am telling directly, to install Oracle, some system settings are required that I don't know properly. Hardware settings I don't know. Openly I am telling, I am not a Oracle faculty. I am teaching Python and Java related. Anything is there, I will teach my subjects. Other than that, you take care and please take care about this type of softwares. Okay, now? Right. Right now, don't worry about it. Now I'm going to start with, after 5 days, I'm going to talk about what? Database communication. I will come to that. Tell me, in world, the most important factor is what? Data. The data is most useful to take decisions. That's why data must be stored permanently. Take ATM transactions. Take any sort of business transactions. Take any sort of financial transaction. Take any sort of operations you take it. They are stored permanently. Such a type of permanent storage is done by using two approaches in the world in IT sector. One is by using files, one more by using RDBMS database software. Why do go for RDBMS software, sir? There are five drawbacks are there in files. What are those drawbacks? I will explain in the class. And permanently storing is known as what? Persistency we can call. Spell out. Persistency. So people say sometimes, be persistent, I said. Persistence means what? Remember everything. Stored permanently the subject. Listening, forgetting. 1 year listening, 1 year forgetting. That is called what? You are a non-persistent student. Persist means what? Keep on maintaining the data. Keep on maintaining the data is called what? Persistence. My dear students, I'm going to say, what is meant by data persistency? Storing the data permanently is called what? Tell me, what is the use of files in Python and every language? For data persistency. Spell out. For data persistency. Data persistency means storing the data permanently. In database, I can store the data permanently. I can store the data permanently in where also? Files also. Are you getting my point? Yes. So, coming to the point of it, in software industry, so far in our class, so people will ask you a question, what is the use of files? To store the data permanently. For achieving the data persistency, we go for what? Files. Not talking. I'll see the ratio. Not talking? Definitely. I already told you. Now coming to the point. In IT or in the context of files, we have two types of applications. We can develop two types of applications. See students, we can develop two types of applications. What are those things? We can develop two types of applications. Two types of applications. They are, number one, I'm talking non-persistent applications. Non-persistent applications. And the second one is called what you know? Persistent applications. Persistent applications. Two types of applications we are developing. Non-persistent applications. Second one is what? Persistent applications. What do you mean by non-persistent applications? All our previous examples, previous programs comes under what? Non-persistent. Take our ATM center. Take your ATM application, which I said. My transaction data was stored temporarily only. If I run my code once again, same 500 is the minimum balance, you will get it. That means my transaction data was temporary or permanent. That is known as which application? Very good. In non-persistent application, where is my data stored in? Now I am writing a simple diagram. My dear student, please carefully follow. This is my keyboard, ma. I see from where I am taking from layman examples I am bringing to the high level topics. This is my main memory of the computer. This is my computer, main memory of the computer. Now tell me, from the keyboard you are going to read the data. By using which function? Input of. By using which function? So data stored in where? Data stored in where? Main memory. Data stored in main memory. Such a data I am processing it and it is displayed on the monitor or not? How do you do that? By using which function? Print off. This type of applications, what you have done so far is comes under non-persistent. And one more thing is, main memory is nothing but what? RAM. It is the primary memory, main memory, user memory, core memory. Whatever data stored in main memory, that is a temporary. Temporary means what? As long as power is on, as long as program is active, whose result is available. Once program is deactivated, previous program result is gone. And present program output only can be seen. If you run the next program result only can be seen. Previous program result is gone. So main memory holds the data permanently or temporarily? Temporarily. Like your brain. Last week, this time, what I taught? Last week, by this time, what I taught? Huh? You are not remembering. Even I am not remembering. I'm not sure that what I discussed it. Even I am not remembering. Right? Leave it. I am not criticizing you. Every human being, right? You go to bank clerk and give 1 lakh rupees and deposit in my account. He will say, okay, come evening, you take receipt. He will say, no, give my money, he will say. Even though he is a very good person, you have to say what? Enter into the system, give the receipt you are saying. Recorded message will come or not? That means you are expecting permanent storage. So you take your notes, which you are writing the notes daily. If you are writing, you are remembering last Monday you put the date and you are written. That is exactly, you know that whatever you are storing in the secondary memory, that is called a hard disk, that is called a permanent memory. Whatever you are storing in the main memory, which is called what? Temporary. So Faziana has tested. Last Monday I started packages, it seems. Last Monday she is saying packages, she started, it seems. And you are saying exception handling exception, something you are saying. Now, let it be not an issue. Main memory is temporary or permanent? That means what is meant by temporary? As long as program is active, as long as program is active, result is available. Once program is deactivated, result is gone. That is known as which memory? And compulsory, the data has to be operated in main memory only. Data has to be processed in main memory only. Are you following? When you go to exam hall, are you going to put the attaching the notes to the answer sheet? You are reading the notes, data from the notes, from the brain only you are writing the exam or not? What you write, God knows, that is different. But you are writing the data from your brain only. Correct or not? Yes. Ultimately, my dear students, this is what is called non-persistent application. Spell out non-persistent application. Today, what are we learning? Such a data which is a temporary, which is available in the main memory. Such a data you are storing into where? Secondary memory. Which memory? Which is known as what? Hard disk. Hard disk. Main memory component is what? RAM. Secondary memory component is what? Hard disk. There you are going to say, in the hard disk you are going to say, you are storing the data permanently. What is the secondary memory definition according to our hardware? Secondary memory is a collection of sectors, cylinders, tracks, etc. will be there. But in our programming, if we come, we are not a hardware people. When you want to save something, you have to give some file name or not. That means to store the data permanently, what is required? Files are required. So tell me, files are residing in where? Everybody. And data present in where? Main memory. Every value of every data of the Python stored in the form of what? Every value in the memory, every data in the main memory stored in the form of what? Third time I will ask the question. Every value in Python stored in the form of what? Fourth time I will ask. Until you say, I will go on asking the question. Prashant is very good. Objects. Class every value stored in Python in the form of objects. In the day one onwards, I am saying the same. Platform independent feature onwards, I am saying. Every value in Python stored in the form of what? Object. Prashanti said only one student in the first. Later, everybody is saying. Data stored in the main memory in the form of what? Objects. Objects are there in which memory? Main memory. Main memory data is such a temporary data you are transferring into where? File of which memory? Not secondary memory. In secondary memory to store what is required? File. So every object data becoming what? Data in the file. Files are reside in where? Two things required. One is files of secondary memory, object of main memory. Objects resides in where? Main memory. Files resides in where? First of all, clarity is there. You see both of them with your eyes clearly. Objects resides in where? Which is temporary or permanent? Files resides in where? Secondary memory. Is it permanent or temporary? Today what I save it, tomorrow I can see, day after tomorrow I can see, after any number of days I can see. Are you getting? Ultimately, last and final, objects resides in where? Files resides in where? Objects data is temporary. Files data is permanent. I want to save your details permanently. I will enter your data from the keyboard or not? Keyboard means which function I will use to read? Input. Stored in where? Main memory. In the form of what? Object. List object. List object temporary or permanent? That list data stored in where? File of which memory? Good. In the file, list data stored in the form of record. Inside the file, list data stored 10, row sum, 45.55, etc. That is called what? Record. Another list data also stored as record. Record. Records are present in where? File. Hence, file is a collection of what? Files, records. File is a collection of what? Records. File resides in where? Object resides in where? Every object data becomes what? Record. Every object of main memory will become what? Record. In where? File. Of which memory? Records will not be there in secondary memory. Some students are saying, boys, record will become in where? File. Files resides in where? Every object will become what? Records exist in where? File. File exists in where? This terminology is important. Then you will get the file subject automatically. Last and final. Objects resides in where? Main memory. Records resides in where? Files resides in where? File is a collection of. Files exist in where? Good. Object will become what? Record. Next, one more level. Every record of a file, when I bring into main memory, it will become what again? Object. So, object is becoming record. Record is becoming such a type of flow is stream. Stream. S-T-R-E-A-M. Stream. What is a stream? Flow of data. Flow of data between main memory of object of main memory will become the record in the file of secondary memory. Record of file of secondary memory will become object in the main memory. Such a flow is called what? Stream. After 2 months exam, you have an interview. Will you transfer your notes data into the brain or not? Today I am transferring the brain data into the notes or not? Is the subject is visiting between your brain and secondary memory or not? Finally, what is the flow of data is called? Stream. Are you getting? Let me test it once whether you are getting or not. Objects resides in where? Main memory. Records resides in where? File of secondary memory. Again and again I don't want. Files resides in where? Definition of file. Collection of. Good. Object resides in where? Main memory. Temporary or permanent? To save my object data into where? File. Files resides in where? That will become what? Permanent. So every object will become a record or not? And a record will become what? Such a flow between these two are called what? Very good. Now I am telling, where is the file residing in secondary memory? File is a collection of records. How this file name is treated? What is file name? What is file name? What is definition of file? What is the purpose of file? All of them are important. Purpose of files is to get the data persistency. You already understand. In persistency, what are we doing? Transferring the result of main memory into where? Files of secondary memory as a record. That is called what? Persistency. Non-persistency, what we got it? We read the data from the keyboard, we processed it, and we shown the result on the monitor. That is known as what? Non-persistency. What is persistency? Transfer the result of main memory as a record in the file of what? Secondary memory is called persistency application. What is the programming we are learning? Persistency programming we are learning. Are you getting my point? Let me talk about here how many types of applications? 2 types. One is what? Non-persistent, and what? Persistent applications do what? Stores the data. Stores the data permanently. Stores the data. How many approaches are there? Files, and the next is what? Database software. Database, files, and what next? Database softwares. Files and database softwares. Are you able to follow now? Now, files are stored data permanently. One is by using files. One more by using what? Database softwares. Now I am going to say last and final. What is the file name? A file name is one of the named location in which memory? Secondary memory. Files resides in where? Secondary memory. It has one name or not? How do you treat the file name? It is a named location in the hard disk. That is nothing but secondary memory. File contains what? Collection of records. Collection of clarity is there. Files are used for what? Data persistency. File is a collection of what? Records. How do you treat the file name? Named location. In which memory? That's all. These are all vocabulary in the files programming. Now I am going to show you one simple documentation student. A simple example I want to show you. A simple example I will get it. Because instead of typing now, I will bring some information for you. Information I will bring it. Because typing everything, it will take a lot of time. That's why I'm talking about some small example I will show you. Types of applications in files, I'll show you. So let's start. You only will discuss. Whatever I discuss, same wording will be there. Come on. The purpose of files in any programming language is that to maintain data persistency. Girls, 2 minutes you keep it. You read in your mind. I want to see boys. Whether 200 kilos will come to 180 kilos or they will increase 500 kilos. I want to see. Read out, all of you. The purpose files in file programming is to maintain data persistency. The purpose of storing the data permanently is called data persistency. Next, read. In this context, we can develop two types of applications. They are non-persistent applications. Right. In non-persistent applications development, we can read the data from keyboard stored in main memory in the form of object, processed, and whose results displayed on monitor. Example. All our previous examples comes under non-persistent applications. We know that data stored in main memory is temporary. In persistent application development, we read the data from keyboard stored in main memory in the form of objects, processed, and whose results stored permanently. In industry, we have two ways to store the data permanently. They are by using files, by using RDBMS softwares. Oracle, MySQL, MongoDB, DB2, PostgreSQL, SQL Server, SQLite 3. These are all comes under what? RDBMS softwares. So some of the people already tired. 300 kgs means talking is also very difficult. I am watching, some of them did not open the mouth. I will call you on the desk. You have to keep the finger like that and you have to read out. I will call you. I am observing. Within 5 minutes, I will see. Now, are you following? Following? Okay. Yes, sir. Now, coming to the next level, I am going to introduce. Online students, how many types of applications? 2 types. Persistency, non-persistency. Are you understanding? Following? Next, I am going to say one more thing. Now I am going to say introduction to the files. I am going to say introduction to the files. Data persistency I am entering. First 5 days after explaining, I'll come to what next? RDBMS softwares I'll come. Come on, what is this? Data persistency by using files of Python. Definition of file. Slowly I am coming to the topic. A file is a collection of records. Files resides in secondary memory. Technically, a file name is a named location in secondary memory. The purpose of file C is that to get data persistency. Come on. All objects data of main memory becomes records in file of secondary memory. And the records of file of secondary memory becomes objects in main memory. Object will become the record in the file. Record of file will become the object. So if you daily speak like that, you cannot think about outside. You'll get subjective. Now, definition of what? Stream. The flow of data between objects of main memory and files of secondary memory is called stream. Following? Right. Now I'll come to one small diagram I will show you. Small diagram. Persistent and non-persistent. Look at, carefully look at. I'm taking here. Yes, little bit. Okay. Anyhow, you can see. I hope you are following. Start here. What is this readout? Right. What is this now? Reading the data from where? Keyboard. By using which function? That is stored in where? See that. Stored in main memory. Stored in main memory or not? In the form of what? Object. That boxes. Boxes indicates what? Objects. What are you doing immediately? The result is shown on the monitor by using which function? This portion is called what? Non-persistent application. Such a type of processed data, such a type of result stored in where? Stored in where? Secondary memory. Secondary memory. There we are having what? And the next is what? Right now, don't worry about what? Database software. If I am able to store my result in the file of secondary memory, we call it as, when you are opening an account newly, they are going to create your data into the file or not. Tomorrow, if you go for depositing, withdraw something, are you getting the data of reading from the file and they will update it and again they will store or not? Take your Aadhaar card details. First time when you register your Aadhaar card details, they maintain the Aadhaar file. In Aadhaar file, they inserted your data. Later, you are going for mobile number updation, address updation, pick updation, etc. Are they reading the data and updated in front of you or not? In the memory. And they are going to store the updated data once again in the file. This type of flow between main memory and the file, secondary memory of files and objects is called what? Stream. Got it? Online students, are you following, my dear students? Next, I'll say object to record, record to file. See that definition of file I am coming. Come on, what is this now? What is this data called? List object containing 3 details. That is going to become in where? In secondary memory, what is student data? Any file name you take it, .py, .cpp, .java, .py, like that you take student data. It is my own way to take the extension. Student is the file name, .data is the extension. Extensions makes us to understand what is it. Data of what? Student. What is this is called student data? File name. What is the file name? Named location in secondary memory. What is this object is becoming now? Record. Like that, next record, next record, next record. I'll go on keeping. By keeping in while loop, I'll reading and saving, reading, saving, reading, saving, until you say that no more data entered. Are you following, my dear students? That's why I read out the left side box. The data of object of main memory becomes a record in a file of secondary memory. And the records of secondary memory becomes object in main memory. Is called what? Stream. Is it understandable, students? Right. This is about introduction to what I said, files. Up to here, clarity is there. Now I am entering into all the students in online. This is a basic terminology. Now I am entering into index. If you come to index, purpose of what? What is the use of files? To store the data permanently. Data persistency achieved by what? Files. Types of applications you understand. Definition of file you got it. Definition of stream also you got it. What is a stream? Flow of data between main memory and file of secondary memory is called what? Stream. Now I am entering into operations on files. Operations on files. Easy. Easy. How easy, sir? Look at. Careful. How simple it is. Now I am going to start about it. Relax. Take one long breath. And nothing will happen. Take it. Why tension? Release. And sir will say what I don't know you are feeling. Relax. In my class, you speak. That is my intention. Okay, na? Right. So coming to the point of it, operations on files. operations on what? Files. Good. Now I'm going to say operations on files. Take an example, students. Take directly one example. Somebody asked me, a system test is coming in industry, write a Python program which will read student data and saved as a record in a file they are seeing. What you will do immediately, which topic you will apply? Files concept, I will go straight forward. Student number, student name, marks, college name. How many details? 4 details. Where can I put 4 details? In list. That list data saved in where? File. That is my coding. Right or not? So when I read my data from the keyboard and put it into list, it is coming to which level? Main memory. From main memory, I have to write that list data to the file of which memory? That is called which operation? Write operation. What is that one? Write operation. What is the use of write operation? Transferring or what? Saving the data. Which data? Object data. Into where? Into file. As what? Record. As a record. Transferring or saving the object data into a file as what? Record. Is called which operation? Write operation. Transferring or saving the object data into a file as what? Record. As a record. Is called what? Write operation. Suppose you take one general example, student. General example. Anybody feel difficulty? Is a human being, is a student, for example, whether you are there or myself. My sir will explain. Subject is there in the brain. Sir will say immediately write the notes. Why notes is writing? Why notes is writing? Write operation. Write operation means transferring your brain into the notes or not? So notes. What the write operation is doing? Transferring the object data from main memory into the secondary memory in the form of what? Record in the file. Is called which operation? Good. Are you getting? What the read operation is doing? Reading the record from the file of secondary memory into where? Main memory. That is which operation? Read operation. 1 minute. I will take it. I'll take it. Read operation. After that, I will enter. Read operation. How simple, students. Read operation. What is the read operation? Reading or transferring the records from where? File of which memory? Secondary memory. Into where? Object of which memory? Main memory. Main memory. Are you following me? This is called what? This is called which operation? Read operation. Very good. Write operation. You come to the write operation. Are you able to follow now? Now, what are the steps in write operation? Steps I am going to introduce. What type of steps? Because I am slowly coming to the programming model, students. First step. Steps I am talking. What are the steps? Number one. Everybody. I said write the notes. What you will do immediately? Open the notes. Very good. Before opening the notes, what you will do? Right up. Before opening the notes, you will take the notes or not? Before taking the notes, what you will do? Write under. Totally out of order. Before writing the notes, what you will take? Take the notes or not? That notes is called a file name. I am taking. What is that? Choose the file name. Choose the file name. That is, take the notebook. Second one is what? Open the file name. Open the file name. In which mode? Write mode. Open the file name in where? You are opening the notes by having in the hand pen is there or not? What mode it is? How to open the file in write mode? See how many modes are there. Most wonderful. You take any Python student. First ask what is a file. They don't know anything. This much of index I said. They don't know even definition of file also. Best example you only, because before my class, what you are? 500 kgs weight you are. When my class is over, you will become a slim. You'll jump from third floor to first floor also. You are paperless weight. Paperless weight means active. I mean not jumping, active. Active. There no subject. It's a bulldozer only, 5,000 weight, 500 kilos weight. Not in the form of body. No subject. Bulldozer will walk what? 5 kilometers per hour. Late component or not? Like that. No subject like that. Big zero, Naveen. Exactly. Coming to the point back. What is my discussion here? Go to the place. Now I will be continuing. Choose the file name. Open the file name in which mode? Write mode. Come on, my dear student. Next, perform what? Cycle of which operations? Write operations. Perform cycle of which operations? Write operations. Perform cycle of write operations. Perform cycle of write operation. First line, second line, third line, fourth line. Are you writing many lines or not? You are performing cycle of write operations. Read out the steps once. Right. Choose the file name. Open the file name in write mode. Perform cycle of write operation. These are called what? Write operation steps. Programmatically I am writing. While we are doing this write operation, some exceptions will come, students. Some exceptions. Already exceptions over, na? Exceptions over. So try, except, else, finally, raise. Okay, now are you okay? You heard about in my class. Remembering all points. 17 points. 17 points. Try 5 points. Except 4 points. Else 4 points. Raise finally 4 points. Raise almost also 5 points. Remembering all of them? No. I know that. Read that. No problem. If you remember, it's very nice. Exceptions. In while you are performing write operation, you will be getting 3 varieties of exceptions. One is called what? IO error. Spell out. Second one. What is IO error? Don't worry. I'll explain. One more is called what? File exist error. Spell out. Next is called OS error. Spell out. These are the 3 exceptions coming in which operation? Write operation. Write operation contains this many. Coming to the point back. Now I am going to move to the further. Read operation I am going to talk. Reading or transferring the records from file of secondary memory into the object of which memory? Main memory. What are the steps in that? I am going to talk. What are the steps in that? I am going to talk. First step. Reading. Reading means where is my records are there in the file. If you want to read the notes, what you will do? Take the notebook or not? So first step, please. Choose the file name. What the reading operation is doing? Reading or transferring the records from file of secondary memory into object of main memory. Choose the file name. Second one I am talking. Open the file name. In which mode? Read mode. Open the file name in read mode. How to open the file name in read mode? I will explain the syntax. Third one. Perform cycle of read operations. I'll go on reading the first line, second line, third line, fourth line, first page, second page, third page. I'll go on reading my records until end of file is taking place. While you are doing this type of read operation, you are getting some exceptions to students. What are those exceptions? First exception is what? File not found error. What is that error? Spell out. File not found error. Why file not found error, students? Choose the file name and you are opening that file name in which mode? When you are opening the file name in read mode, if that file is not existing, which error is coming? Good. Next, one more thing. I am reading first record, second record, third record. I have 10 records. 10 records I read. I am trying to read the 11th record. Do you have 11th record? It is known as what? EOF error. Spell out. EOF error will come when you are attempting to read the next record which is already reached to end of the file. That is known as which error? Zero error, zero division error, why it will come, you know. Value error, why it will come, you know. Index error, why it will come, you know. Key error, why it will come to, you know. File not found error will come when the file does not exist. Next is called what? EOF error will come when records exceeded, records I read, I am trying to read the record which is not existing. So, coming to that, stand up. 3 times I saw. Reading, sleeping now? Sleeping or not? 3 times. Third time I seen. 2 times, okay. I left it. Third time garbage collector is activated. Listen the class. All of a sudden you are speaking and all of a sudden went to sleep also. Sit up. And చూసుకుంటాను అంటే సార్ punishment sir for me, I'm listening, he is sleeping sir. Okay, leave it, you listen, take care. Now are you following me? Now how many operations are files? How many operations? 2 here already written. Number 1, number 2. How many operations on files? Number 1, write operation, read operation. Now I am going to talk about operations on files. See how easy it is. The sweet notes on files. We can perform 2 types of operations. They are write operation, read operation. Write operation, read out. The purpose of write operation is that to transfer or save the object data of main memory as a record in the file of secondary memory. Steps: choose the file name, open the file name in write mode, perform cycle of write operation. While performing write operation, we get the following exceptions: IO error, OS error, file exist error. Read operation. Stop. Are you reading only now? Reading and understanding also? Reading and understanding. Reading, understanding, sleeping also? Reading and understanding. Right. Come on, start. Read operation. The purpose of read operation is that to transfer the record, to read the record from the file of secondary memory into the object of main memory. Steps, please. Choose the file name, open the file name in read mode, perform cycle of read operation. While performing read operation, we get the following exceptions: file not found error, EOF error. How many exceptions are there in files topic? 5. One is IO error. Don't worry, I will explain. OS error also don't worry. Next, that 3 you don't worry. Right? Second 2 you understand. File not found error. When you will get it? When file is not existing. EOF error. When records reaches already ending. I already read. I am trying to read some record which is not there. Which is called what? Yes. Are you getting? Well. So this is comes under what now? Operations on files. Easy or difficult? How many types of applications? 2. What are those? Non-persistent, persistent. How many approaches are there to store the data permanently? 2. Number 1, files and database softwares. Okay. What is the definition of file? Collection of records. Files exist in where? Secondary memory, main memory. Secondary memory. I will read your lips reading also. I am very careful observer. Main memory, secondary memory. Good. So, next, files resides in where? Secondary memory. File is considered as what? Huh? File is considered as a named location in main memory, in secondary memory. That's why I start to you. Be careful, I said. Technically, a file name is a named location in where? File is a collection of what? Files resides in where? Technically, file name is a named location in where? Don't mix everything. Don't go to danger zone. File is a collection of what? File name is a considered as named location. Files resides in where? Right. Come on to that. How many operations you can do? Number one. Number two. File operation, write operation steps, read operation steps, exceptions. We done or not? Yes. Next I am going to discuss about another type of discussion. Another type of discussion. Are you okay up to here? Clear? Huh? Now I am talking about operations on files is over. Now I am talking about types of files. Easy or difficult? Easy. So it is easy only now? Right. Coming to the types of files, I will talk. Types of files I am going to talk. Types of files I am going to talk. Now, observe it. Types of files. Types of what? Files. In which memory? Secondary memory. Types of files in which memory? Secondary memory. Okay. Files resides in where? Secondary memory. Now, in IT, in information technology, I'm talking about overall software industry. We have two types of files. Actually, so many are there. Two types of files. And you will easily understand. They are number one, text file. Number one is what file? Text file. Text file it is. Second one is called what, you know? I will say binary file. Text file and binary file. Text file and binary file. Text file and binary file I am going to talk. Now I am going to talk about text file and binary file I am going to talk. Easy. What is a text file? I am going to talk. A text file is one. A text file is one. A text file is one which contains the data. A text file is one which contains the data in the form of text, in the form of alphabets, digits, and special symbols. And what? Special symbols. A text file is a collection of what? A text file is a collection of what? Alphabets, digits, and next is what? Text file is a me. Yes. Now, one more line I will write, students. Wait. Examples. All C language programs, all C++ programs, .cpp, .java programs, .py, it contains what? Alphabets and special symbols only now, digits and etc. Next is called what? .txt file, .doc file, .docx, documents files. Are you following me? Etc. These are all called what? Text files. Text file, of course, Python file, C language file, C++ file, don't go to that classification. Total overall industry files are classified only two. Text file and a text file is denoted by, see students, denoted by a letter, denoted by a letter T, denoted by a letter called what? T, denoted by a letter called T. Are you following me? A text file is denoted by a letter, denoted by a letter called T. And it is default, and it is a default. If I don't write letter any T, it is by default which file? Text file. After 2 minutes, we'll get the clarity. Let me come to one more. After 2 minutes, I'll repeat once again. Don't worry. Now I'm going to take up next one. Binary file I am going to say. A binary file is one. A binary file is one. A binary file is one, which contains the data in the form of what? Binary. In the form of what? Binary format. Binary format, that is called what? Zeros and ones. Some people can also say in the form of pixels. Pixels are nothing but what? Pixels. A smallest addressable element on the screen is called what? Pixel. Like a graph, you take it. Graph. You know graphs. X-axis, Y-axis. 2, 3 coordinate. This is called 2. This is called 3. This is called 2 and 3. This is called the smallest addressable element on the screen is called what? This dot is known as what? Pixel. Are you able to understand? A smallest addressable element on the screen is called what? Pixel. It is also called as what? Binary format. Now students, examples. After seeing the examples, you'll get all images students, dot JPG, comma, dot JPEG, you know, I think so, JPEG, dot GIF, JIGIF, next is called dot PNG. All sorts of images are called what? What file? Binary file. All videos also comes under what? Which contains all types of videos. Next, all audios, MVI files, VMI, AVI files, etc. All sorts of audios, videos are called what? Right. Now tell me, binary files are, if you want to create a binary file, in the class I am teaching that also. A text file denoted by a letter called the T, and a binary file is denoted by a letter called what? B. A letter called B. Binary file is denoted by a letter called B. If I don't write B, what is that? Default text file. That's why I wrote it. It is by default. If I don't letter T and B, what is that file? Text file. Are you following me? Right. Suppose I am writing one Excel sheet. I am writing one XLSX, which contains one pie chart. What is that file is called? Binary. Any image is there. Any pie chart is also one image or not? That is called which file? Only MS Word document is there. Only MS Word document. No images. Which file? An MS Word document with some image. Yes, a PDF file with images. A PDF, no images. That's all. You take anything. Anything you take and then decide. Are you following? In Python program, can you place an image? No. Using Python program, you will generate the image. That is called what? Output of the Python program is an image will come. That is called what? Binary file. Simple. kvr.img. Suppose I will tell you the code for what? I will tell you the code for what? For example, there is a 9 a.m. Under that one test something is there. Okay, either last time I said to them, C language, C is there, HYD is there, kvr.img. It is called one QR code example I used to teach you. This QR code is coming. What is this QR code? Binary file. If you scan it with your mobile, you will get what? Some message will come inside. There is an image or not? Yes, it is an image. If you scan it, you will get some type of message. How to write the code for it? I'll come to the picture. I'll come to which file it is. That's all. Understand, students? Easy or difficult? Easy. So I'm going to say how many files are there. Binary file denoted by B, letter B. Text file denoted by letter T. If I don't write any letter, it is which file? Right. Any file contains a small image, it is called. Right. Any file does not contain images at all. That's all. XML file you take it, that file, this file, JavaScript file, any file you take it. Only alphabets, digits and etc. Called what? That's all. Shall I move forward? Now I am going to open it. Types of files, students. Types of files. Very, very simple. I am going to say here types of files in Python. How simple it is. Come on. Types of what? Files in Python. In Python programming, we have two types of files. They are text file, binary file. Text files and text file. Read out. Text files are those which are containing alphabets, digits, special symbols, symbols, any symbol. Text file denoted by a letter T. By default, every file is treated as text file. .c, .cpp, .txt, .docx, .sxlsx, .py, etc. Next, binary file. Binary files are those which are containing the data in the form of binary. Binary files are denoted by a letter T. All images, all audios and video files, etc. Somebody will ask tomorrow, there is a PDF file without images, text file, a PDF file with image. That's all. Simple. Following me? Very nice. What did you understand now? Types of files, operations on files, operations on files, types of approaches to save the data, and we understood so more. Understand? Clarity is there? Confusion? You tired? Because you are speaking now, tired? That means you are active. You see, today you are active. Saturday, Friday, you see, you are bulldozer. Your weight is increasing day by day. Why? You are not speaking. Not speaking, laziness, outside things in the brain. You will become very heavyweight. When the class is over, unable to stand up also. Now, when I say my class is over, you will jump outside. Why? Happily you will jump. Why? Energy is there in the body. What is that energy? Python. That's why reading is an internal force. You don't read one day, you will become blunt. You read daily, you'll be so active. Your glow will more. Understand? That's why read more, speak more, outside speak less. Outside speak less. Because you are speaking outside, you are becoming bulldozer in the class. Now, I'll go for it. Yes, Abhishek Raj is saying, yes, sir, little bit tired. So, little bit tired. I did not tired. I want to speak one more time. Shall we move forward? Right, good. But you did not say good evening in the beginning. When I say good evening, you did not say. Tomorrow onwards. Now, I'll come to the point back. I'll come to the point back. Next, I am going to say file opening modes. File opening modes. File opening modes. Why I say good evening is because I want to activate. Right or not? Otherwise, you are not my teacher. Or I am not going to have any internal mark. No need to say good evening to each other. To activate you, to say that class is started. That's why that system is required. Understand? Right. For every good evening, opposite action is required. Understand? Right. Suppose, for example, you said good evening to me. I will not say any reply for you. What you will say? No more, you'll feel like that. If I say good evening to you, if you don't reply, I will feel what? I'll feel like that. Let's start. If I say good evening, online students will respond like a jet airways like that, they'll reply. Right, come to the point. Like that, Vivek, exactly. Now I'll move to the further. Shall I? Now, File opening modes, what is the use of it? See students, operations on files. First operation, write operation. Now, choose the file name and open the file name in which mode? Sir, what is this mode of, first of all, what is this mode? See students, I said, write the notes. Read the notes or write the notes. If I look at one person, I can decide he is in which mode of operation. He is in which mode of operation. If I look at, please take the book and write. Means you will open the book and you will have in the hand pen is there. I can understand you are in which mode? Right mode. I said that read the notes. No hand in the pen, nothing is there. You are just watching with your eyes. That is called which mode? Read mode. You are going to the hostel. Now this is your plate. Sitting in front of your box. And what mode you are in? I did not say, but you are getting it. That is called your extra knowledge. Right or not? Now after eating everything, next you are in what? That is also. These are all called extra modes. After during sleeping, next adjacent, what is there? Adjacent to sleeping, what is there? Mobile is there, na? That you forget. While you are doing that, about to sleep, chatting with friend also or not? 100%. I know your activities. Done. First of all. Now, first of all, finished. Are you okay? Now I am going to enter into the file opening modes. File opening modes makes us to understand in which mode we are performing the operation. As I told you, open the file name in which mode? Open the file name in which mode? So read mode or write mode or like that, different ways of modes are there. They are classified into how many types totally? Totally how many types? They are classified into how many? 8 types. 8 types. First one I will write it. First one I will write it R. Spell out. Second R stands for. Come on. Next W stands for. Good. Next third stands for A. What is A stands for? Append. Spell out. R. Right up. Students, R stands for W. A. Good. Next, third, fourth one is what? R plus. What is R plus? I don't say to you. I will explain. Next is what? W plus. What is W plus? Right? Right plus R. Girl said that R plus. Read right on it. W plus means right read. Read right or right read. 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 2. Interview will ask a beautiful question. What is the difference? So I will give you. That's why. That is your inbuilt knowledge. Virus knowledge. I will explain so perfectly. Next is called what? Sixth. A plus. Spell out. They will ask you a question. What is the difference between A and A plus? What is the difference between R and R plus? W and W plus? And already you prepared one answer in the brain. Plus is not there, plus is here. Right? I asked one question very recently to one of the students which we want to appoint as a mentor in the class, in our lab. In the 5th floor of our Naresh IT, there is one lab is there. There I took only one student. Actually, I was after lunch is over, I was standing there. One person came and that technical team was not there. That time I took an interview. I asked a question. First question I asked directly that. What is the difference between A and A plus? Actually, you don't know files. He is thinking. What is the difference? He is also smiling. Sir, you don't mind one definition, one difference I say. I already predicted what is the answer. Plus is not there, plus is here. Okay, go. Over. Next is called what? Sixth one is X. 7 is called what? X. X mode. Next is called what? X plus mode. What is the difference? I'll explain so perfectly for you. Even in C language also these are there. C language you already studied, but already forget also. And they don't, nobody will explain this. Okay, leave it. How many modes are there? All of you tell me. R, W, A, R plus, W plus, A plus, X, X plus. Good. Now I am entering into what first? R. First one I am explaining about R. Take care. Today I will tell only 3 modes. Only 3 modes I will tell you. Because all modes today, if I say, you will disturb your mode of understanding. First 3 modes today, tomorrow, rest of the modes. R, which is very, very easy. What is R? I said don't say that. What is R? This mode is used for, don't say what is R. Don't tell that it is a read. This mode is used for, you have to say. This mode is used for reading. This mode is used for opening the file. In which mode? Opening the file in which mode? Read mode. This mode is used for opening the file in which mode? Read mode. This mode is used for opening the file in read mode. Good. By default, how many modes are there? I said 8. Out of that 8 modes, if I don't specify any mode, by default, which mode is taken? R mode. By default, if we don't specify, by default, R of us, otherwise I'll write like this, students. If we don't specify, which mode? Any mode, any file mode. If I don't specify any file mode, then PVM takes R mode. PVM takes R mode as a, yes, as a default mode, as a default file mode. As a default file mode it will take. Are you able to follow? If we don't specify any file mode, then PVM takes R mode as a default file mode. Got it, students? Yes. Now, I want to ask a question. What is R? What is this R? Mode used for opening the file in which mode? Today I don't write any mode at all. Which mode it is? RT I will specify. RT I will specify. What is the RT indicates? Open the file in read mode. Which file you are opening? That's important. If I write RB, what is this now? Open the file in read mode. Which file? If I write R, which mode it is? Read mode. Which file? Text file. This is one and the same. Are you following me? Why I am not writing here? By default what? T only. Even if I don't write RT, anything if I don't write it, by default it is RT only. Are you following? Yes. Okay. Now I am going to say writing here. One more line. If we open the file in which mode? Read kadan cheppanu kada sari. R mode. If we open the file in R mode, then and if the file name does not exist, then we get file not found error. Then we get what? File not found error. Then we get what error? File not found error. Are you able to get it? If we open the file in R mode and if the file name does not exist, we get which error? File not found error. This is related to what mode? R mode. Clarity is there? Next, I will take it. Second one is called what? Double leaf. So shall I cover this W tomorrow or today? Tomorrow I'll cover better, because if I cover now, it's my time waste. Tomorrow you'll forget and you will come to the class. I don't want to go for it, because when I cover W, immediately I have to cover A also. You will not remember, because tomorrow I will carry. Because tomorrow first half an hour I will cover what? File opening modes, file syntaxes, coding will start immediately. Even today I am not going to post this notes, ma. File opening modes I don't post it. Tomorrow I will revise it and I'll continue the session. So don't miss the class. Boys. Huh? Oh. So you need to say tomorrow this modes I am going to continue, syntaxes and coding will start tomorrow. Don't miss the class. Students in online, today's class is understandable. Okay, students. Thank you. All the best. I'll speak to online students if anybody is having the doubt within few minutes. Take care. All the best.